welcome to the beginning of episode 71. We're all back now.
Yeah, there's 2 people here.
Holy crap,
3.
the couch is full. My name is Travis Colt.
I'm also full.
Did you just eat?
I had a bunch of snacks during Raw.
You didn't share?
No.
I brought my own snacks too.
This is Thomas Wolf.
Yeah.
This is Kevin Hawk.
Hey,
and
that's
this is the Raw Review.
And that's Travis Colt.
I already said that.
Just reiterating. Anyway, before we start, I want to address a rumor that I've been hearing a lot.
Okay.
I want to dispel this rumor.
Okay.
People have been saying that I've been wearing the same shirt. People watching this have been saying that I've been wearing this same shirt for a week. I've not been wearing the same shirt for a week. I wore it a week ago. That's different. I wore it last week. I wore other shirts, and now I'm wearing it again.
Yeah, stop spreading rumors.
Shut up.
That man does laundry. He knows how.
Yeah.
You know what we're going to do right now? We're going to talk about the matches that happened on Monday Night Raw.
What happened on Monday Night Raw?
We had the New Day defeat the Dudleys and John Cena.
What?
We had Team Bella defeat Team Bad. We had Seth Rollins defeat Ryback. King Barrett, Sheamus, and Rusev defeated Cesaro, Neville, and Dolph Ziggler. We had Charlotte defeat Brie Bella. Kevin Owens defeated Mark Henry. And the Wyatts defeated the Shield. The whole Shield.
Yeah.
And nothing but the Shield.
You can't handle the Shield. We couldn't handle
Lions
it.
can handle the Shield.
Well, I was
just-
talking to the Wyatts. Just talking.
They watched this show?
I was talking to that.
Really? Probably. I don't know. We got 300 views last week. They could have been 3 of them. We got 300.
Or probably 1.
They got 300. We got
It could've-
303 when I saw it.
You know
so
what? It could have been all 4 of them.
yeah.
Spoiler alert. Alright, so we open up
I must have missed something.
with Stone Cold Steve Austin, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
He,
up in Dallas, Texas for Raw.
yeah, this is a star-studded episode of Raw. He comes out, talks
Raising
about
limbo.
he talks about
Because he wasn't
raising limbo.
Yeah, he wasn't quite raising hell tonight.
Well, yeah, he's got the podcast,
Yeah.
which we didn't watch, so we're not going to talk about it.
We're gonna watch it
Um,
sometime.
yeah.
We never really talk about the podcast. We're like,
Yeah,
hey,
we usually kind of mention it.
we're like,
but-
hey, should we talk about the podcast? Nah, it's fine.
But yeah, he comes out, he puts over the fact that we got this big Hell in a Cell match coming up this Sunday. We got Brock Lesnar taking on The Undertaker, and he introduces to us The Undertaker, who comes out and has some words for Brock Lesnar. Says that the depths of hell are going to look like the gates of heaven after what he does to him this Sunday inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Big threat coming from The Undertaker.
Yeah, and this actually brings Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman out. Paul Heyman doing what he does best, putting over the fact that Brock Lesnar is going to destroy The Undertaker, and the reason is Undertaker is what he said. He says lusting after revenge, trying to avenge the loss at WrestleMania 30, and that's what's going to be the undoing for The Undertaker. And Undertaker's like, see, that's where you're wrong, because now that I have nothing left to lose, and you never want to fight a man who has nothing left to lose.
Yeah. Especially when he's as big and scary as The Undertaker.
But if you're Brock Lesnar, you decide, well, I'm going to walk down to the ring and freak Paul Heyman out a little bit.
Yeah.
Paul's trying to get Brock to, like, go to the back, and Brock's just like, no, I'm going to go talk to The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Paul's like, no, Brock, no! Yeah, we get the usual, this is kind of a thing that Brock Lesnar does, like, all the time, where he'll, like, get down to the ring, he'll do his little jump up to the apron, and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
So, who is heel here now?
I think Taylor
What's going on here?
I feel like maybe they're abandoning the heel face dynamic for this one and just letting it be.
Just letting it play out?
Yeah, just like
All
people
right.
like The Undertaker, people like Brock, they have history, people are going to watch.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Brock Lesnar kind of got heel points by backing away from fighting The Undertaker on
Yeah.
Raw, so, I don't know. We'll see who plays the heel role on Sunday. But we open up with a 6-man tag team match. We have John Cena teaming with the Dudley Boys to take on the New Day. We found out that John Cena will be doing an open challenge this Sunday at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So,
And finally, the Dudley Boys get a third partner that knows how to do this.
oh shit.
Yeah.
And Dolph Ziggler didn't even try.
That's It's probably what it was. They're like, Cena's been doing this a lot, like, for years.
Let's give him a reason to actually do it
yeah.
where it makes sense, other than him just looking stupid.
Yeah.
We had the New Day come out and cut another ridiculous promo talking about them being unicorns.
They're
Everything in
fantastic.
Texas is booty.
Booty.
Yep.
Everything is booty in Texas.
Yeah. Des Bryant's ankle, Cody
Booty.
Roma's clavicle.
Booty. And broken.
And you all should
Yeah.
remember this brass because it's the same brass that we use to kick your,
PG show.
I don't care if it was New Day, ass!
Oh, he said it.
More accurately, this is the wrestling rundown. No, it ain't.
Yeah, no, why not? So yeah, just, they always do, they were calling
Wait,
themselves
this isn't a
unicorns.
PG show?
No.
Fuck that shit.
God damn it.
This is the show where I coined the phrase cunting cunts.
I know. It's one of my favorites.
It's one that we regularly use when you're not around.
I use it from time to time.
Yeah, this was
We
a
should
great.
get that on a t-shirt. That should be the first
that-
wrestling rundown t-shirt.
It doesn't.
You might get one for Christmas.
It doesn't fly well in public places. By the way.
But on YouTube, anything goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cunting cunts.
This was a great match. John Cena plays really well with all three members of the New Day, and New Day and the Dudleys have been having multiple matches.
Yeah.
All worked to its advantage. Devon had a really good hot tag spot at the end of this match. He was just running roughshod on everybody. But John Cena, in the most miraculous way he possibly could, fucked things up for his team because he decides to crossbody from the top rope to Big E on the outside.
Why, when did John Cena decide he's gonna start, like, pulling out some high-flying moves?
Well,
He probably felt it was safe that he was landing on Big E.
Yeah,
He's like,
that was-
that's a pretty big target. I could hit it.
that's probably it.
He
Just
just looked at Biggie and goes, man, he's got huge tits, I'd hit that.
Oh, gross.
then he's seen it all over them.
Oh, God. Yeah, this distracted Devon enough
He was
to
like, what the fuck?
let Xavier Woods
John, are you okay?
Xavier Woods rolls him up, gets the win.
And Devon's like, what the fuck?
Devon's like, what? John, why?
No.
Why did you throw a crossbody? Why? Was that D. Vader?
Yeah.
No!
No, I wish John Cena, if he ever does that crossbody again, he just needs to yell, John Cena! He's in the air.
Big brawl ensues. Big E and Kofi decide to get the hell away, but Woods gets stuck in the ring, gets the AA from Cena, and then gets powerbombed through the table by the Dudleys. Cena had his mark out moment where he got to
Totally fanboy.
He got to be in the ring while the Dudleys did the get the tables. He was like,
yes!
he was all excited. And Big E and Kofi were crying on the outside as they watched Woods get powerbombed through the table.
They put wood through the wood.
Yeah.
Wood on wood action. Gross. We had sorry, not sorry. We had Divas Tag Team action.
Yeah.
We had Nikki and Alicia Fox
Team Bella.
taking on Sasha Banks and Naomi.
Team
Better. Team better, yes. This was a good match too.
In that case, bad is good.
Nikki looking a lot hotter that she lost that 10 pounds of butterfly. I can appreciate her a little bit more because she's not trying to be a champion.
Well, she's still trying to be a champion.
She's not pretending to be a champion.
That's what I was pretending to be champion. That's what I was trying to go for. Thank you for that. But Nikki had a few flubs in this match too. She had Sasha came in with a hot tag and went for a clothesline, and it just looked like Sasha scared Nikki.
It looked like she scared the crap out of Nikki because Nikki flipped over and landed on her hands and knees.
She didn't even get hit. She just fucking ducked and covered when Sasha came in.
She watched Takeover.
She knows what Sasha's capable of. So we end up with Naomi and Nikki as the legal women in the match. Sasha ends up getting knocked off the apron, and Alicia ended up getting taken out. Or actually, I think she got taken out by Naomi. Nikki sets up for the rack attack.
No, Alicia got hit during the roll up.
Oh,
And
right.
Naomi pushed
Into
into her, knocked her off the apron.
So cool like that.
Yeah.
The apron.
Yeah, Nikki sets up for the rack attack, and Naomi gets out of it and goes for a running bulldog, but Nikki actually picks her up and throws her into the corner.
Yeah.
And she like whacks her head on the top rope. She falls back, Nikki sets up, hits a second rack attack, and picks up the win.
Attacked her with a rack.
Yeah. And then we find out that Corporate Kane is suspended for the night due to his booking himself into the Lumberjack match last week.
No, he didn't book himself. He booked Demon Kane. Which is why they were so mad. I mean, they said, don't book Corporate Kane, and they were thinking like, oh, well, he's going to book somebody like Zack Ryder or Heath Slater or something. And then when they booked Demon Kane, they're like, what the
But
hell
that's
are
the
you
pay-per-view.
doing? Yeah, you're spoiling the pay-per-view main event. You're spoiling the championship match. And we have to pay all these guys who are just standing there around the ring. Double whammy, you're suspended.
And the whole New Day got beaten up by Kane.
That's really what got him suspended.
Yeah.
Was Demon King beating up the New Day. They're like, hey, no.
Unicorns are endangered.
We keep up our star-studded Raw by having the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating some pizza on the way to the ring.
And regretting it because he got some stuck in his throat. But he ends up putting over both the Hell in a Cell matches that are going to be this Sunday.
He's excited.
And
he was a Hell in a Cell innovator.
yeah.
Yeah.
But all his talk about not Seth Rollins pisses off Seth Rollins.
Because apparently Shawn was supposed to go out and just introduce Seth Rollins.
But as Shawn Michaels said, there's multiple times in his career that he was told to come out and say stuff, and as soon as he gets out to the ring, it's gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist anymore. And then we get really good banter between Seth and Shawn.
Yeah, because Seth's bragging about how he's the next Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is like, that's cool, but see, when I was going through my career, I never wanted to be the second coming of anybody because I was too busy trying to be the best wrestler of all time.
Too busy becoming the greatest wrestler who ever lived.
Yeah.
But enough about me, I digress.
Yeah. And then Seth goes, you know what? I don't care what you have to say. We just stop talking. Somebody play my music.
And nothing happened.
I'm a champ. Play my music.
And Shawn's all like, you know what? When you're the second version of somebody, they don't do that thing where they play the music. And you have to fight Ryback after the commercial break.
Damn it.
And play my music.
I felt like Seth. I felt like Seth should know he had his match.
Yeah.
Because that's why Shawn Michaels was out there to introduce him, I assumed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The authority likes to throw him curveballs.
I know, but that just makes the most sense in my head. It's like, hey, Seth has a match coming up. Shawn, do us a solid and introduce him. Okay, I'll do that. Goes out, talks, and Seth's like, hey, you're supposed to introduce me. And then just doesn't realize he has a match? I don't know.
He just thought he was going to come out and pose for a minute and then go to the back.
Also, one note we kind of glazed over, I must not have wrote that note down, is that Randy Orton is not at Raw. He didn't make it to the Mexico tour. And he wasn't on SmackDown. So
yeah, recently I actually just read a rumor that it's possible that he could actually be injured.
yeah, so Dean Ambrose does not have a partner for his kickoff tag team match that's supposed to be this Sunday.
And that pisses him right the fuck off.
And so he's challenged Luke Harper and Braun Strowman to just fight.
Yeah.
He says, guess what? I don't care. Call it what you will. A bad decision. Career suicide. A handicap match. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I want both of these bearded fucks.
Yeah.
But before we get there, we
Fuck
do
them
have
beards.
Seth Rollins versus Ryback, which is very quick. Seth Rollins is in control for a bit. Ryback gets it back. But Ryback, being Ryback, it falls for the hey, come here, come get me while I'm in the ropes. Referee's trying to back him off. And Seth's been working the ribs.
Yeah.
Ended up knocking Ryback out earlier in the match, and he hit ribs first on the
Table
on
twice.
the table. So he's hurting for certain at this point. He ends up getting kicked right in the ribs while Seth is in the ropes. Seth hits a pedigree and beats Ryback, very simply.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bit of a match.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of a match. Then we had a six-man tag team
A
match.
super talented
There's still people.
teams.
Yeah, this was a building off of what two feuds that we kind of already have. So we've had the two matches we had last week between Cesaro and Neville taking on Sheamus and Wade Barrett, and now on Sheamus and Wade Barrett's side we add Rusev. So, as usual, to the face side we add Dolph Ziggler, and yeah, this was a fantastic six-man tag.
Yeah.
Just the overall ferocity of the heel team is great. You got three guys that just like to hurt people.
Yeah.
On that side, and and then you've got just the great technique of all three of the baby faces. And Cesaro gets in there. He can.
Yeah. The highlight for me was Cesaro getting that hot tag.
Yeah.
And running the European uppercut train on Sheamus.
And then doing the crossbody.
When
Cesaro
he hit a drop kick on Sheamus' face so hard.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of happy about it.
Yeah. So Cesaro was on fire at this point. But
they were like, put him out. Don't let him die from the fire.
At which point, towards the end, we have our legal men being Dolph Ziggler and Wade Barrett. Neville goes for a dive on what he was originally hoping was Rusev and Sheamus.
Yeah, because everybody decided to kick each other in the head out of the ring.
It was just a big clusterfuck
Dolph
on the outside.
super kicked
Whoa!
Waves.
Whoa!
Okay, cut that out.
Whoa!
I forgot Flash was on.
Dolph super
No
kicked
flash
Wade.
photography on the show.
And Sheamus attacked Dolph, but then Cesaro kicked Sheamus, and then Rusev kicked Cesaro, and then Neville kicked Rusev, and then Neville jumped out, flattened a bunch of people.
Sheamus escaped.
Sheamus disappeared.
Yeah, Sheamus escaped, so he hit Cesaro and Rusev, and we had
Zusev.
That's what you do. We have Ziggler try to roll up Barrett. Barrett kicks out, sending Ziggler into the ropes, and as he does, Sheamus from out of nowhere is able to hit like the tallest bro kick he's ever hit.
Yeah.
From the floor,
Sheamus
Ziggler over the second row.
Yoga.
That is probably true. Hits the bro kick, which allows Barrett to pick up the win for his team. And I love the celebration from these three guys. They looked like the best of friends.
Yeah.
Just these three,
Well, the thing with Barrett was he started up the ramp and he was doing his little bouncy walk, and then Sheamus joined him, and then Rusev came in up halfway up the ramp, but was just like this.
Rusev, out of that group, Rusev was trying to be all buddy, but he looked like that awkward friend that is just kind of there.
He had the same look on his face, as he did earlier in the match when he got hit with a move, and he just had that cell it was like.
And for those of you that love this storyline that should have ended on SmackDown, Summer Rae and the Miz, Summer Rae and the Miz.
Summer Rae and the Miz will be on Dolph TV.
Thank you. What he said.
I don't have enough middle fingers for this.
Some of your middle fingers are over here.
This storyline needs to stop now.
Was 6 enough?
No.
All right, everyone, take your socks off. Start flipping
You
on.
don't have fingers on your
Middle toes. It works, bro. It's the same thing.
I'm afraid of breaking my toes if you try that.
We continue our star-studded Raw. We bring out the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Woo! He was in the back right before the commercial break. And him and Sean were comparing Rolexes.
Yes. Yeah, they're Hall of Fame Rolexes. So Ric Flair
magically teleports to the ring.
Yeah, no entrance whatsoever.
Woo! And he's there.
I feel like the only reason he was there was to introduce Roman Reigns for this, for what was already a strange situation. It continues to get more strange.
Yeah. I realized that this was the running theme of the show. is they brought in 3 guys who were like WWE Hall of Famers: Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair. And
Thank you, Sean Connery.
no, you're welcome. And they brought them in specifically to introduce other people on the show because
Yeah.
Stone Cold has introduced Undertaker, Shawn Michaels was supposed to introduce Seth Rollins,
Yeah.
and Ric Flair introduced Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
top Roman Reigns.
And so Roman gets in the ring.
But it announces that he's going to be teaming with Dean Ambrose during the match against the Wyatts.
Yeah. So now, okay, so instead of Orton, we have a tag team match, which should be Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose taking on Luke Harper and Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Now, before Roman can say anything in the ring, the Wyatt thing hits, lights go out.
Blah, 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 blah.
Wyatt thing hits again, lights come back on. We have Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and Eric Rowan.
Yeah, remember NT Sheamus? Swamp Booty back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless Luke Harper just got a sheep mask, shaved his head, and dyed his beard red.
Did he ever take the mask off?
Yeah,
Did he?
because he wrestled.
During this first segment, though. Could have been him in this just...
Yes, he did.
Okay.
The
Couldn't
mask
remember.
came off.
Couldn't remember if he actually took it off or not. Anyway,
I don't know if he took it off. I knew it came off
Yeah.
at some point.
so now we have not Luke Harper out there. Like I'm like, holy shit, Eric Rowan's back.
And I'm like, shit, Eric Rowan.
The commentators aren't saying anything at this point. They're not.
Because Roman's trying to talk.
Yeah.
No, Roman's not saying anything.
Well, he's grabbing
It's-
chairs to get ready to talk.
Yeah, he grabs 2 chairs, saying that him and Bray Wyatt are gonna have a sit down conversation, which is still weird. I felt like this should have been reversed.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt should have been setting up this sit down conversation.
Yeah.
where-
Here's my take on it. Is I think, in the way it feels like it should have been reversed, that's what Roman Reigns wanted it to feel like. Is that this was him trying to do to Bray Wyatt what Bray Wyatt does to everyone else.
Okay.
He was trying to lure Bray Wyatt out of his comfort zone.
It looks weird when Bray Wyatt plays "Oh, I'm scared," because
I don't think he was quite scared, though, just...
well, the one part that made me feel like he was scared was when him and Roman both sit down. He sits down and backs up,
Yeah.
and immediately Roman Reigns scoots up to him.
But...
It was I don't know. It was weird.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they did this well, but I think what they were trying to do... Also, I just want to say my piece is, I think Ric Flair makes... Just him being involved in the introduction made this like another layer of unnecessary.
Yes.
Like if we didn't have him, it would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Bray wasn't scared so much as just like unsure. He was just trying to be really cautious because he's a planner and Roman Reigns brought him out to do his style thing, and it was a situation he's not familiar with.
But here's the other thing that confuses me is that on SmackDown, Bray Wyatt told Roman Reigns that on Raw, I will deliver unto you a prophecy. So Roman Reigns comes out, Bray Wyatt appears.
You know that nothing that happens on SmackDown actually matters on Raw.
Not true.
Not usually, though. I feel like the writers just forget after writing SmackDown. They're like, what the fuck ever.
We're starting a new week. Nobody's gonna
Because
remember.
they use the Dolph Ziggler Rusev stuff from SmackDown as build towards adding to that 6-man
Well, yeah,
tag,
but-
but they're not going to continue one of the main matches at Hell. Fuck you
No.
guys.
Because I was on SmackDown.
So then Bray and Roman sit down. Roman talks some crap and kind of goads Bray Wyatt into attacking him,
Yeah.
which he ends up knocking Bray Wyatt down. And then
Rowan tried to get in the ring. He hit him with a chair.
And
Yeah.
Bray almost sets himself up for a concerto.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does.
Braun took a chair shot across the chest.
Yeah.
He jumped up on the apron, and Roman Reigns chopped him with the chair.
He single-handedly took all 3 members of the 3 out of the 4 members of the Wyatt family on, and then just Rowan's starting to get back in, but also trying to help Bray, and then Ambrose comes out, and then
Sorry, I was adjusting my hoodie strings.
yeah. So So now, all right. So we're setting up for our tag team match, which we go to the back, and Triple H is saying that it's a handicap match.
One thing that I think would have been better for this, and I don't know how you would have then made it to the triple threat match later, but I think it would have been better if. So Luke Harper's gone and they're not saying anything about it. That would have been fine if they just had Bray and Braun come out together. And then when Roman was doing his big, beating them down, have Rowan come out, turn the tide, then have Ambrose come out and chase him off.
Yeah.
Well, and then they could have made it a handicap match.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, handicap match.
Yeah, they could have said, well, technically, Dean Ambrose challenged the Wyatt family.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
because he didn't specify
acknowledge the fact that Rowan has been gone and is now returning.
Yeah, so now it's a 2-on-3, and then
when we cut to backstage, Seth said something to me that made absolutely no sense.
I felt like Seth Rollins was having a conversation, Stephanie was having a conversation, and Triple H was having a conversation, and then Shawn Michaels walked in.
Yeah, well, Seth Rollins, the thing he says is oh yeah, Roman Reigns sticking his nose where it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. Wasn't he just talking to the guy who is the storyline he's been in for the last 4 or 5 months?
Yeah.
So basically the only place on the show where it belonged was fighting the Wyatts.
And then it gets even more confusing because Triple H is like, well, we're so close to Hell in a Cell, and Shawn Michaels like, well, yeah, shouldn't they have a partner? And
yeah, well, Triple H is like, we shouldn't jeopardize.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't jeopardize the Hell in a Cell match between Roman and Wyatt by having them wrestle, and was like, oh well, if we give him a partner, it'll be even, so Roman wouldn't get hurt.
And then Shawn's like, well, why don't you just put the man in it? And Triple H's like, no. See, he already wrestled. He already wrestled, and Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns don't like him.
Yeah.
So
I did like Shawn's bit about well, how many times do we pull double duty?
Yeah.
And you don't it sounds like you're trying to protect the kid, and Seth's like, whoa.
Yeah. See, and this is the part that I do like is that Shawn Michaels challenged Seth Rollins' pride.
Yeah.
And so Seth's like, whoa, no, see, I can, whatever Shawn Michaels can do, I can do.
Yeah.
So sure, I'll go team up with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns.
Which shouldn't have been that big of a deal, because he could also have been like, oh yeah, I fought John Cena and Sting back to back.
Yeah.
There you go.
I could be able to fight Ryback and then be in a 6-man tag 30 minutes later.
Yeah. So now we have the Shield versus the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Again, which is cool.
Yeah.
Just we took a really fucking weird ass roller coaster all the way to get there. And we have more Divas action. We have Charlotte taking Brie Bella on one-on-one. Thank you. Good solid match for the girls. Nothing too out of the ordinary here.
Charlotte was very dominant in this match.
Yeah. Brie had a couple moments. She hit the Brie mode.
She tried to make a comeback with that Brie mode thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki hugged the title for a bit.
Yeah, she got ugly again for a second because she was pretending to be champion.
And Charlotte's like, well, fight me right now.
And
Fight me in real life.
And Nikki's like, no, I'll fight you on Sunday. But yeah, she ends up hitting the spear and then locking in the figure 8 and making Brie Bella tap out. And then we go to the back, and Renee is talking to Paige, accusing her of being the one that attacked Natalya on SmackDown. And Paige is like, whoa. Who said it was me? It could have been anybody.
And Renee is not taking her shit tonight.
Yeah, no, Renee...
Well, yeah, the first 2 times Renee asks, Paige goes off on these answers that aren't real answers to the question. She's just like, I'm just trying to put everything behind me and get rid of the negativity and focus on the future. And Renee Young's like,
No.
That doesn't even make sense to my question.
I asked you, people are saying that you're the one that attacked Natalya.
Yeah.
And she goes on and is like, no, see, you were in Natalya's locker room, and an hour later, she's getting gurneyed out of the building. So, obviously, you had something. She's like, no, it could have been anybody. It could have been Sasha Banks. It could have been Naomi. It could have been past Divas. It could have been Caitlyn. It could have been Eve Torres. It could have been Trish Stratus. It could be Lita. She's always here. Or it could be Alundra Blaze because she's been talking shit on social media. She's just like throwing out all these different women's names.
I just absolutely loved, and I don't recall ever getting this, at least not in WWE, is a interviewer like actually standing up to the wrestler.
Yeah, she's pressing for the answer.
Yeah. We've never got like the hard-hitting, hard-nosed, like, no, I'm getting my scoop. I'm getting this answer. I'm doing my job.
For the record, we've also never had a backstage interviewer dating Dean Ambrose.
True. Maybe that's what Josh Matthews was missing.
He needed to date Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
That's why Steven Richards would have made a great backstage interviewer.
Because
All that time,
Dean Ambrose.
no, all that time he spent with Victoria.
Oh yeah, she would. Yeah, there you go. Okay,
Except they never would have worked because he talks like this.
he still talks like that.
Well, yeah, it's because he's had like 9 throat surgeries.
I know. Poor guy.
See that scar on his neck?
Oh yeah. Then we have Mark Henry taking on Kevin Owens. Now,
nothing at all special happened in this match.
no, not at all. Kevin immediately.
Yeah. Okay. So I was in the. I left the room the first time we watched this.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, Mark Henry's doing something.
Yeah, I was actually on my computer in the other room trying to figure out why Luke Harper wasn't there.
Yeah, I was checking my phone the whole night trying to figure out.
Then
they do mention on a tangent, like in the main event, possibly why he wasn't there.
Oh, you'll have to bring that. I don't think we noticed that, so you'll have to let us know when we talk about the main event.
and then I hear Owens' song hit,
And I go, this should be interesting.
and I walked in the room and I went, I need to see a pop-up power bomb.
And I immediately went, I don't think that's going to happen. And we had Mark Henry extremely dominant in this match, which was
A
great.
lot of headbutts.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been playing a bully for 19 years. And he's just like, he's just whooping the shit out of Owens. Owens was getting some good moments to like hit his senton and his cannonball and just all kinds of things. And then Mark Henry is just on this run. He's splashing him in the corner. And he ends up...
He's getting ready to do another avalanche, and Owens kicks him in the face, super kicks him, and then he kind of like...
Owens like rolled himself like
sort of
along the ropes.
Brushed it off, and Henry like charged at him again, and Owens was able to sidestep, tossing him into the ropes, and gave him a pop-up power bomb.
Yeah.
Perfectly,
Fucking
too.
awesome.
That was...
Yeah.
I the first time I watched it, I did this,
And he couldn't put his arms down.
and I said, I can't put my arms down yet.
There's too much awesomeness happened. Yeah, no, that was fantastic.
How white they are.
Usually we kind of groan at Mark Henry matches, but this was great.
I don't grown up Mark Henry matches.
You do sometimes.
Only if it's against Sheamus.
So you've grown at Mark Henry matches.
I grown at Sheamus matches.
I knew you were going to say that. Then we move on to our main
I grown
event.
at Sheamus in general.
Sheamus.
Yeah.
Sheamus.
Uh,
Alright. Then we move on to our main event with Sheamus.
Was not in it.
Was not in it.
Thank
He was
God.
already in a 6-man tag. No, we
but
have...
this was also a 6-man
This
tag.
was a 6-man tag. We had the reunion of the Shield.
It's not a
Don't
reunion.
call it a reunion.
Don't call it a comeback. It's a one-night deal. They were taking
It's a
on...
one-night stand.
They were taking on Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Stroma Rowan. Combine all their names together, they can be Broman.
That was a terrible tag team in TNA.
So things happen in
Yeah.
this
So
match.
okay, they tried to recreate Elimination Chamber 2012. This was like, how can we get all of that energy? The Shield's been going for a year. The Wyatts have been going for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Everyone's been wanting to see this match. How can we recreate it? And the crowd already starts chanting, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
We get the stare down from across the ring. We get the Wyatt step up. We get Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns step up. And Seth Rollins goes, yeah, fuck it. And he steps up. But then he immediately pulls the heel move and starts pushing Roman and Dean back, going, no. I'll start this.
Yeah, something I really loved is when we're getting the stare down, the crowd is like starting to like do that. They're starting the "This is awesome" chant. Then as soon as that chant dies, it never comes back.
Yeah.
They just like had a sudden realization, like, wait.
This isn't going to be as good.
This isn't going to be as good as we want it to be. Do you want to tell us about what their tangent was?
Yeah,
about
so
Luke Harper?
As they were like talking about like everything that went into making this match, they mentioned that Randy Orton wasn't seen, and possibly Luke Harper is with him.
Okay, so maybe
Harper is holding Orton.
Oh,
yeah,
Randy Orton's.
It was just they didn't
Alright.
touch on it much. They just said it once.
Okay, that honestly that fixes everything that was confusing about this.
It just the only thing again is they should have had Rowan like actually make a return that they acknowledged instead of just
instead of
appearing.
and
yeah,
now
instead
he's
of like
there.
oh wait, I think that's how Roman should be talking about him right now.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Just don't say anything. Maybe nobody will notice.
Everyone will think it's Luke Harper.
Good thing Booker T wasn't there. If Booker T was there, he would have made a big deal about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It was a swamp booty.
Oh my goodness.
Testify.
This is just a super physical match. Seth ends up pulling the heel move towards the end. Dean is going for a tag, and he feigns a knee injury that gets him to...
He hurt his knee really bad when he kicked Ryback in the stomach earlier.
Yeah.
He was holding the other leg.
That was his power leg that he like tweaked when he...
Don't make excuses
Yeah,
for Seth
no.
Rollins.
Here's what happens. When you hurt your leg, you limp, right?
Yeah.
So you're putting a lot of stress on your good leg. So there are a lot of things called compensative injuries that happen. And that's what happened to Seth's leg, is he was limping around backstage after the Ryback match because he hurt that leg from kicking Ryback.
And then he was jumping up and down when he was trying to get the tag.
Yeah, and
You saw that.
he was only putting the weight on his good leg, and it tweaked. And it got hurt.
So Seth Rollins is a pussy.
No, it's just
You trying to wrestle with two hurt legs.
He's just inheriting Triple H's quads.
He's becoming so Triple H that just the most simplest of motions can just tear
Blow a quad.
blow a quad. Anyway, this leads to Roman Reigns is trying to take on pretty much the whole Wyatt family by himself. He ends up getting caught by Braun Strowman, and Braun's trying to go for that choke move that he does. So Dean, this was the funny part, is Dean goes to the outside and he goes, oh man, I better get something.
Chair.
I don't want a chair. I don't want a chair.
Chair.
Kendo stick. Goes in and starts
I don't want the
wailing.
metal thing, give me the wood
He
thing.
goes and starts wailing on Braun Strowman with the kendo stick. Ends up breaking the kendo stick.
Well, Braun breaks it.
Did he break it?
Yeah, Braun takes it.
Oh, okay.
Braun drops Roman, and he's like, okay, fuck you, takes it and breaks it over his knee.
And then Roman Reigns makes the comeback and does take out all three members of the Wyatt family. Superman punches and spears for everybody.
And then the, like,
Rowan
super
tried,
dive.
Rowan tried to dive in front of the spear
Yeah!
happening to Bray
Well,
Wyatt.
that was weird.
Like, Rowan, come on.
Go on, bro.
I've always defended you. And then you, what?
And then you do this.
That doesn't even make sense.
Roman did his like, oh, I'm not gonna make it dive. He did a lot
Think
of.
like a bird, think like a bird.
Samoans don't have wings, bro.
Like
Sorry.
an ostrich.
Think like a bird, think like a bird. Oh, why did I pick penguin?
He did make it though. And then him and Dean were both in the middle of the ring. Dean picked up the broken kendo stick and was like, oh, this is cool.
Toothpicks.
And that was the end of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
One thing we will note is that now, whatever is going on with Randy Orton, the kickoff match to Hell in a Cell has now been announced as a rematch between Sheamus, Barrett, and Rusev taking on Ziggler, Neville, and Cesaro.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking about that in our upcoming video, which will be put out later this week, our Hell in a Cell predictions. You'll find that over in that playlist.
That one.
But for right now,
Not that one.
thanks for watching. Thanks for
I'm not
liking,
a playlist.
favorite, and subscribing. Thanks to all those people that have been reblogging those videos. All the views we got last week on the raw review.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you very
Let's get those
much.
again.
Be sure to click all those links down in the description. We got Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, and 2 emails. Why are you staring at me?
You were
Jangly
pointing at
thing.
me earlier.
You're a playlist, bro. You're a playlist, and you're gonna fucking like it.
Wow.
If you want to talk to this
This is
playlist, you can email him at kevin_hawk636 at
intense
hotmail.com.
version of Toy Story.
I don't want to be a playlist.
Well, too bad. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever
Hey,
Kevin Hawk you decide to watch next.
Do you maybe want to be Predictions Kane?
No.
Okay. Well,
Predictions King can be Predictions King.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's get us
Later.
Later in the week.
Bye, guys.